Aries, you got somebody fantasizing here. Somebody's daydreaming. It looks like this person, you know, they had this fear inside of themselves that you weren't real. Okay? They had this fear that you were playing games or you weren't exactly as you seem to be. And according to what I'm seeing here, it looks like it might have something to do with the group that they were hanging around with because I see this person is planning to get away from this toxic group now, but I'm hearing that it's too late. It's too late. Now they want to get away from that toxic group because now they realize they made a mistake. But here, all this time, this person had it in their head that you were playing games with them. And it's like they got into this energy where, like, oh, I'm going to do something about this. If Aries is not who they seem to be, if Aries is playing games, then I'm going to take charge and I'm going to do something about it. That was their attitude. See, they ended up neglecting you. In the process of them playing these, well, it's not really them playing, somebody was playing with them. But in the process of this person being so paranoid, because that's what it is, this person was so paranoid that you were going to go out and do things, okay? Like you were going to go out and cheat, or you were going to go out and do something nasty. You were going to go out and, be just somebody horrible, that kind of energy. So what this person did is that they ended up being the one who was the toxic person. They ended up being the one who was being manipulative. They were so worried about you being the manipulative one when you weren't the manipulative one, you see? But they were so paranoid that you were going to be manipulative because somebody in their social circle here told them this. See, here, now this person wants to get away from this circle. Because now they realize they messed up. Yeah, they realize they messed up. It's sad, but it's true. This person, the whole time that they were doing these things to you, I'm hearing that you were very calm. You were very mature about the whole situation. You were very clear about your feelings. You were being very upright with this person. You weren't hiding nothing. You were you were just trying to compose yourself, right? I feel like you were just trying to compose yourself because this person was acting weird. They were acting crazy. They were coming home and doing crazy things because they were paranoid. That's why. Now this person is in this energy of realizing that they lost out. They're looking at you and they're realizing they lost out. They're the one that's lost out. They missed their opportunity with you. Now this person is daydreaming and they can't get it out of their head. The whole situation, they can't get it out of their head. Everything that happened, they can't get it out of their head. But the thing is that now you're gone. Now you're free. You're in the world somewhere else, far away from this person. Mm-mm-mm. The one thing that looks like that really bothers this person the most is that they're realizing that you were the loyal one. You were the devoted one. You were the one that was being emotionally mature while this person was neglecting you. Oh man, let me tell you, it's bothering this person. Now they're daydreaming about what could have been if they had just turned their back on their friends. This group of people that they were hanging out with, that were like whispering little things in their ear. They're also realizing while they were being ugly and mean, you were being so patient with them. Like, you were just being so patient. You know what it's like when you realize you've done somebody wrong? The guilt, right? The guilt. The guilt is bothering this person. It's like this person would rather daydream about you and daydream about what could have been rather than facing reality. You know, there's a part of them that just doesn't want to face reality at all. This person is realizing they could have had it all. You know what I mean? They could have had the deep connection with you. They could have had everything. Y'all would be either engaged by now, married by now, or had kids by now, or y'all would have had something by now, right? Whatever it is, they would have had something by now. This person is looking at the past. See, it's the guilt. It's messing them up. It really is. Now this person is stuck in the past. You know, they can't open up to anybody else. It's like they know that they can't have what they had with you with anybody else. You know what I mean? So now they're stuck. They feel like they can't plan for anything in the future. They can't be open and honest with somebody else. They just can't have that connection with somebody else. They need you back. That's what it is. They need you back. Oh, this person. I'm hearing their whole world is falling apart here. Yes. They want that connection back so badly, but they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything at all. They're stuck. So this person must have said some mean things or they said some hurtful things here. And it's like they can't get out of their head. So they said some mean things. Huh. And they're realizing that you're their soulmate. There was a bond between you and this person. And this person is realizing that like their actions weren't exactly where their heart really was. Okay? So in other words, their actions, the way that they were treating you, wasn't really a representative of what their heart really felt. You know, they really wanted to have this connection with you, but they blew it because they were listening to some drunk guy at the bar or whoever it was, some toxic person put some idea into their head, making them believe something and they went with it. And that's the crazy thing. You know, there are people out there that just don't want to see people happy, you know? And the truth is, sometimes they're your own friends. They don't want to see you happy with somebody. So, or sometimes people go through their own experiences. I heard this one guy a long time ago. I'm just going to say this really quickly. I was a friend with this one guy, right? And he had another friend, and that friend had gone through some bad experiences with women. So, according to him, all women were hoes. All women, even the nuns, they're all hoes. Even a nun was a hoe. And my friend, he was like, he was treating his girlfriend really bad. And I was like letting him know, you know, like you're treating her bad, you know. Anyways, he was so influenced by that other guy that yeah, they ended up breaking up. He ended up messing that up, and he had a good thing, and she was so pretty and so nice. It was like what you know what I'm saying? Like what? She was pretty. She had this long black hair. She was so pretty. Anyways, yeah, he blew it. He blew it. He had himself a 10 and he blew it. And that's what it looks like here. It looks like somebody gave this person some really bad advice, especially when this person was like having to make a decision. You know, there was a decision on the table. This was a crossroads where this person was like, do I go left? Do I go right? Should I do this? Should I do that? You know, this person knew it. They were coming to that point, you know, and they what did they do? They brought it up to some person and they just, I don't understand. When you're an adult, well, I don't know how old this person is, but When you're an adult, you got to make your own decisions. You have to use your own discernment. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this person apparently allowed themselves to be influenced by somebody who was so wrong. This person allowed it. And you know what? This person cut off their own intuition. Like their intuition was telling them that, you know what I mean? Like their intuition was telling them that you were the one. You know what I mean? Like their intuition was telling them that's why they were at this crossroads, because they were going to be making a decision, a final decision. They were going to end a cycle. They were there. They were going to, in other words, y'all were heading for marriage, or you were heading for something, marriage, or the next step in the relationship, whatever that is. That's where y'all were heading. This person was already planning that out until somebody spoke up. Now this person is daydreaming about where y'all would be at in your relationship now, after all this time. And I'm hearing like it's been a while, okay? And this person is stuck in the past. You know, they're stuck. They don't know what to do here. And it's like nothing's working out for them. It, the thing is, sorry about that. The thing about this is that I'm seeing this person, like anything that they're trying with somebody new, it's not working out. It's not working out. Like they just don't have that connection with somebody else. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's the worstest part, is when you know you're the one that messed up. When you know that you're the one that was accusing, because this person, they could have accused you, because I see here that they might have said some mean things. So they might have, accused you of cheating, you know, doing something trickery or being manipulative, that kind of thing. They said some mean things. It's a shame. That's what it is. It's just a shame. Now this person is daydreaming. They want this connection back together. They want to like start over again. That's what they want. They don't know what to do. Tell me more, Spirit. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Tell me more about this. I'm hearing you were this person's first love. Mm-hmm. You were this person's first love. And not only that, but the love is still there. And it's strong. Sorry about that. Anyways, what I'm seeing here is the love is just as strong as it has always been. I'm not sure where my phone got cut off, but it's strong. With this strength energy, it's strong. And it's like this person doesn't know what to do about this whole situation now. The thing about this situation is it looks like this person has got themselves stuck in another commitment. And I'm hearing that commitment is not working out. Okay? This person thinks that they're about to stand up and be brave, and they're going to come towards you, and y'all are going to get back together, and y'all are going to rebuild together. Well, not exactly. Okay? Because the next card is the Two of Coins, but in reverse. This person is about to make a very reckless, very impulsive decision. Okay? They're about to make I don't know. They're about to do something, but it don't sound right, They're about to be reckless here. Five of Wands. There could be a dispute going on there with that person, because it looks like this person has another commitment with somebody else. Well, whatever your person is planning, Aries, that person that they are committed to has a different opinion. Apparently, that person does not agree with whatever this person is trying to do or what they want to do. Okay, there's chaos breaking out. There's, like some kind of competition thing. I feel like this person, whoever they're committed to, feels competitive toward you now. There's a conflict of opinions. So I'm guessing this is your ex. Your ex is like, I think we should break up. I think we should get a divorce. I think we should, do this or do that. I think exactly. I think we should get a divorce. I think we should break up. And then that person's like, no, go back to sleep. You just need some M&Ms or something. No, 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 no. That's not how it's going to work. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's what they're telling that person, but they're feeling competitive towards you now. Whoever they're in a connection with, it's not working out. They're not happy about the situation. But that third party is like, no, you're just hungry. You're not yourself when you're hungry. you know, they're telling them things like that. Like, no, 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 you just need to go eat, or you just need to go take a shower and go to sleep. That kind of thing. They're telling them to go to sleep, to go back to bed. Okay. Anyways, this is what's going on, Aries. This is what's going on around you. I love, I love finding out what's going on around us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this is what's going on. This person is saying, "Hey, I want to break up. I want a divorce. I want to get out of here." And that person's like, "No, you don't. You're hungry. You just need to eat and go to sleep." How funny is that? But you know what? This person is becoming more and more competitive with you. Let's dig into that real quick. Tell me more about this competition. I'm just curious. Where the heck are my other cards? I don't know where my other cards are. I started rearranging the room and now I lost everything. Oh, yeah. This person wants to win. Oh, yeah. They want to win. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this person might give you some kind of message. Yeah. In a weird way, it's like that person, the fact okay, how do I explain this? The fact that your ex is not happy with them, it's it's actually making them excited. It's like it's a competition thing. So now this person, they get excited about it. That's what I'm getting. Like they're getting excited about it. They're ready to, do whatever it takes to, like get that person to notice them, or to get that person to give them some kind of recognition, like maybe going out holding hands in public, or it could be even something like that. Like they want to do something public, maybe so everybody will see that they're the winner, or they're the one that's getting things done, or something like that. Huh. Like they are achieving something. It's weird. It really is. But it looks like this person is the kind of person that they strive in competition. So every time your ex keeps trying to break up with this person, that person's like, "Oh no, go to bed, go eat something. You're not yourself when you're hungry." It's like they thrive in competition. Yeah, they do. Hmm. Okay. Well, this person is like hell bent on having success. Like they are hell bent to stick with that person no matter what. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, that's what's going on. Anyways, guys, catch me in the next one. Sorry about my phone. I don't know why it turned off, but um anyways, catch me in the next one. I've been sick lately. It comes and goes. And what was I going to tell y'all? I don't remember. I'll bring it up in the next reading, guys. Sorry. Anyways, catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And this is what's going on behind the scenes. Bye, guys.